Addiction is a chronic disease characterized by drug seeking and use that is compulsive or difficult to control despite harmful consequences. Many teenagers use drugs and usually don't understand how bad it can be for them. My sister Rachel began using drugs in 2016 after my parents split and our mom moved out. She first started smoking, which she did quite often, which then led her to do drugs such as Xanax, ecstasy, and cocaine. She then got addicted to Roxy, which is oxycodone laced with fentanyl. On June 10, 2020, Rachel and her girlfriend decided to do heroin at my mom's house. Because of this, her girlfriend had an overdose that caused her to practically die in Rachel's arms. Luckily though, she did wake up a few minutes later and there was already an ambulance on the way. She's perfectly fine now, but obviously this was a very eye-opening event for the both of them. I did tell my mom that it was caused from drugs and that she'd been doing drugs for a few years now. So over the next 2 days, my mom was trying to get Rachel to admit it herself. On June 12th, she finally decided to tell my parents that she had been doing drugs for the past few years. She told them she wanted to go to rehab to get better. On June 14th, my parents drove Rachel down to Florida to take her to a rehab facility where she would be for the next month. The night before Rachel went to rehab, she was going through some pretty rough withdrawals. She kept shaking because her whole body was constantly hurting and she could not get comfortable. It is very tough to see a family member go through withdrawals because there's nothing you can do to help them. I remember crying that night because of how much pain she was in, and I knew I had to say bye to her for a whole month. The severity of withdrawals varies from each drug, and some symptoms include vomiting, hallucinations, seizures, anxiety, fatigue, and many others. Before Rachel went into rehab, she didn't hang out with the family much. She was either in her room or she was out with her friends. She was very skinny and was constantly worrying about her weight. She never had much money because she was always spending it on drugs. When she got out, she got a job and would put all of her tips in an envelope so her mom could make sure she wasn't buying drugs with it. She knew she needed to get away from Myrtle Beach and all the triggers that came with it, so she moved to North Carolina with her girlfriend where she's very happy now. She finally realized that she needed to gain some weight back, even though it did take her a little bit, but I do feel like I've gotten the normal Rachel back. How did your drug abuse affect your behavior and mental state?
I thought I was just me, but after doing it for so long, and then getting off, I did kind of realize that I was a lot more angry when I was on them. Like drug addicts, you don't care anymore about the things you used to, and you don't even realize it. Sometimes you don't care about the stuff that you want to care about, but at that point you're okay with it. With the whole overdose thing, I told myself, I was like, this is it, this is the end of it, I need to quit. But with my mindset, my mind was just telling me, you need to keep doing it, you need more, this isn't your time to quit, you're not quitting until it kills you.